Hey everyone, my name is Dex, and all of you guys are welcome to the channel BI Explained. In today's video, we are going to cover up measures and calculated columns and what is the difference between the two. So as you can see, I've already imported details and orders data, and I've already created a few measures and calculated columns. If you see, there is a cost measure here. Go down below and there's a state column, and the next one is a state measure. How I'm getting to know these are the columns and measures I've created? If you'll see clearly, there's a calculator here, right left to cost, which is telling me that this is a measure. And on the left hand side of a state column, there's an fx written, which is telling me that it's a calculated column. So how I got this state column here? If you Because if you see in the details, there is no detail of state, but in the order there is one. If I'll click here in the state column, I have actually entered a dex code of lookup value through which I got the state details from orders. So why I imported the state details here? Because I actually wanted to know which state has the max sale and which has the least. This will actually help me giving info where I should focus more in my product, because I'll be able to know which state is generating the max revenue, and that's how I'll be able to know which state is generating the max profit. So if I'll just drag and drop the I'll start with the state measure, and then I'll come to state column. So if you'll see, this was the state measure which I have created, not the state column. So when I created a measure of state, if you can see, there are no details here, there's nothing here, and the visual that has been selected is a clustered column chart. If I want to change it to a table one, so as you can see, it is only giving me one state, that is Madhya Pradesh. And if I just drag and drop the order ID here, then it is giving me a complete detail according to the orders. But in the end, the total which it's showing is MP. So this, when you are preparing a project and you want to show some tables and and bar charts in there, then this measure won't be helpful for you, because it is depicting the state measure is depicting its value from order ID. It's not depicting its order ID on its own. And that's the issue with measures. They don't depict their value on their own. They require a lookup value, a lookup array, you can say, to actually get the details out here. As you can see, so B25618 is sold in Andhra Pradesh, and 25610 was sold in Bihar. This is how a measure works. And if I want to, solely know the column details, I'll just drag and drop here, and I'll change it to table, and you can see it has already summarized me all the states where my product has been sold. There is, it doesn't need a lookup array to depict its value. Like here in measure, all the values are here. If I want to know which state has the max revenue, I'll just drag and drop amount here, and here it is, the complete detail of which state has the max, which state is generating the revenue. Just sort it out here, and Maharashtra is generating the most revenue, 102k, and Sikkim is generating the least, 5k. You can change it to a bar chart also, whatever you want. See, it's that simple. But if I go to a measure one and I'll remove the order ID, it's showing me only MP. And if I'll change it to a bar chart, nope, no value there. So this is the issue with measure. A measure cannot depict depict its value on its own until unless you provide it with a lookup value. I'm just undoing this stuff, and here you see when I put the order ID, I'm getting all the details, but in the total, I'm only getting MPN, and that's not good. And now let's go with where we should use a measure. I'll just drag and drop the call cost details here, and if you see here, I'm getting a cost of 400k, or you can say 401k if I round it off. And this and it's also working just as we were previously saying. Seeing the state one, it is giving me a singular value, a total cost. And if I change it to a bar, I mean it's already a bar chart, and if I add on the x-axis a state column, you see, now I'm also getting to know which state has the max cost, and Maharashtra is on top with 95, or I should say 96k. And Sikkim has the lowest revenue and the lowest cost as well. And you see cost, you see when I was using measure, you know, some averages, you want to do things in, I mean with integers, I mean the cost was a much major effective part. Then I would say for state column, if I'll change it to a table, you see it's giving me a total of 401k, and here is all the details as per the state wise. And when I was doing the same with I would say a state column, it was showing me a total of MP. What I'll do is I'll actually add one more thing to make things more clear for you. I'll add an order ID in here. You see, when I've added a state column here, it's not totaling to MP, and my cost is perfectly totaling. And if I'll add a state measure as well here, C, in the column number C, you'll see that it's showing me a total of MP. I mean below down there, and I mean it won't be good for your project is what I want to say. So always remember it when you are using when you want to calculate a cost, or when you want to do a sum, or you want to do something with integers, I would always recommend you to create a measure because they are lighter than calculated columns. But when you want to calculate something like a state, and you want to present it in a certain way, which just showed you guys, where there won't be going to be any lookup values or in a table format, I would recommend you guys to use a calculated column. Hope you guys understood all these concepts really well. And if you do like it, please like, share, and subscribe. And that's it for now. Thank you.